When you think about, like, captivating places to visit, Japan kind of jumps right to the front, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's this incredible mix of ancient tradition and futuristic cities.
Yeah, for sure. And the stuff we have here today, it really digs into why Japan is such a draw for so many travelers.
Exactly. And our deep dive today is going to be all about pulling out those, like, most interesting and useful bits for you.
Whether you're already planning a trip or just curious.
Yeah, totally. So let's get into it. What makes Japan so special?
Well, right off the bat, the sources point to this, this compelling duality. It's this fascinating mix of like really deep traditions, but also cutting edge technology.
You don't have to choose one or the other.
Right, exactly. You get both all mixed together in these sometimes really surprising ways.
And the first thing that really grabs people is Japan's rich cultural heritage. We're talking thousands of years.
Absolutely.
The material mentions some incredible cultural landmarks, starting with Kinkakuji in Kyoto.
Ah, the Golden Pavilion.
Yeah, just picture a Zen temple, completely covered in gold leaf.
It's more than just beautiful. What's interesting about Kinkakuji is that it's tied to Zen Buddhism, which, emphasizes meditation and intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So the gold isn't just for show. It reflects this idea of mujo. It means impermanence, the temporary nature of everything.
So even something that looks so permanent, it's actually meant to represent the opposite.
Exactly. Adds a whole other layer to it.
Fascinating. Then there's Fushimi Inari Shrine, also in Kyoto, famous for its seemingly endless path of those bright red torii gates. I mean, the pictures look like something out of another world.
Yeah, and all those torii gates, they're not just decoration. Each one has been donated, as an offering to Inari.
Who's Inari?
The Shinto deity associated with, like, rice, prosperity, and success.
Okay.
So walking through all those gates, it's like walking through, layers of hopes and gratitude, built up over time.
Wow. Okay, so moving on to Tokyo, we've got Sensoji Temple, one of the oldest and most significant Buddhist temples in the city. It's kind of striking that in such a futuristic city, this ancient site is still so important.
It really speaks to the lasting power of tradition, doesn't it? You have this place that's soaked in centuries of history right in the middle of this super modern urban landscape.
And that's the Nakamisadori market leading up to the temple.
Oh, yeah. A perfect example of tradition and commerce just thriving side by side. You can find everything there, traditional crafts, snacks.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And the last cultural landmark mentioned is Himeji Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it's a remarkably well-preserved samurai castle.
It's considered one of the best examples of Japanese castle architecture that still exists. You've got the intricate defenses, the elegant white exterior, which is why it's called the White Heron Castle. It's a tangible link to Japan's samurai past. These castles weren't just homes, they were fortresses built for defense. And the fact that UNESCO has recognized it as a site of, outstanding universal value means it's not just important for Japan, but for the whole world.
Beyond the landmarks, the source also talks about cultural experiences, things like traditional tea ceremonies and geisha performances.
Those are experiences that just feel, quintessential Japanese, something a lot of visitors would want to check out.
For sure.
Like the tea ceremony, it's so much more than just, drinking tea. It's really this ritual, rooted in Zen principles, all about mindfulness, harmony, respect.
Yeah.
And then geisha performances offer this window into traditional Japanese arts, music, dance, hospitality that have been passed down for generations.
So it's not just about seeing the sights. It's about, like, immersing yourself in the culture.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's shift gears a bit and talk about Japan's natural landscapes.
Oh, yeah.
The source highlights the amazing variety, from mountains to coastlines. And, of course, you can't talk about Japan without mentioning Mount Fuji.
It's practically synonymous with Japan. It's been captivating people for centuries.
What makes it so culturally significant?
Well, for one, it's considered a sacred mountain in the Shinto religion, and it's been this huge source of inspiration, for art, poetry.
Yeah.
Climbing Mount Fuji is almost like a pilgrimage for a lot of Japanese people.
I can imagine.
And the views from the top, especially at sunrise, they say they're just breathtaking. It's not just a mountain, it's this like deeply ingrained symbol in Japanese culture.
Incredible. Then there's the Arashiyama bamboo forest in Kyoto.
Oh, yeah.
I just imagine walking through this towering grove of bamboo, sunlight filtering through the leaves. It just sounds so peaceful.
It really is. It has this almost otherworldly atmosphere, those
Right.
huge stalks of bamboo swaying in the wind, the sound of the wind rustling through the leaves. It's a very distinct sound, very calming.
Yeah.
It's one of those places where you can really connect with nature in this almost spiritual way.
Next, the source mentions Shirakawa-go. It's a village with these really unique traditional houses with thatched roofs. They almost look like they belong in a fairy tale.
Shirakawa-go is another UNESCO World Heritage Site. And those houses, with their gasho-zukuri style, are amazing.
Gasho-zukuri.
Yeah, it means praying hands, and it refers to the steep thatched roofs. They're built that way to withstand the heavy snow the region gets.
Oh, that makes sense.
These villages have held on to a way of life that goes back generations. It's a real glimpse into rural Japan's past.
That's so cool. And lastly, for natural beauty, we have the Okinawa beaches. Crystal clear water, coral reefs, perfect for diving and snorkeling. It's a completely different vibe compared to the mountains and forests.
Okinawa is special. It's a chain of subtropical islands, so the climate and ecosystem are completely different from mainland Japan.
Right.
Plus, it has its own unique history and culture. It was an independent kingdom called Ryukyu for centuries. So you've got these amazing beaches, vibrant coral reefs, a more laid-back atmosphere. It's the perfect place for, a tropical vacation within Japan.
Okay, let's move on to something I think everyone's going to love. Japanese food.
One of the best parts of traveling.
The source really emphasizes how diverse and delicious the food is. Starting with sushi at Tsukiji Outer Market in Tokyo.
Oh, the Tsukiji Outer Market.
The freshness and authenticity of the sushi there is a huge draw.
It is. So the inner wholesale market has moved now, but the outer market is still going strong.
Okay.
And it still has that amazing energy and access to some of the freshest seafood anywhere. The vendors there, they have generations of experience.
Wow.
And the variety and quality of the fish are just incredible. It's a real experience for all the senses, the sights, the smells, the taste.
Okay, next up is ramen in Fukuoka. Specifically the Hakata-style tonkotsu ramen.
Taikatsu ramen.
For anyone who hasn't tried it, tonkotsu is a rich, creamy pork bone broth. It sounds amazing.
It is. It's like the ultimate comfort food. Hakata ramen comes from the Hakata district of Fukuoka, and it's famous for its super flavorful broth, this milky white broth that's simmered for hours. Yeah. It actually started as a hearty, cheap meal for workers. You have the thin noodles, that rich broth, and it all comes together in this incredibly satisfying bowl. It's become super popular, not just in Japan, but worldwide.
I need to try this. Okay, moving to Osaka, we have takoyaki, these little octopus-filled batter balls that are described as a must-try street food.
Takoyaki is practically Osaka's mascot. They're everywhere.
What makes them so popular?
Well, they're cooked in these special pans that give them a crispy outside and a soft, gooey inside with a piece of octopus in the center.
Oh, wow.
And then they're topped with, a savory sauce, mayonnaise, bonito flakes. It's fun, cheap, and incredibly delicious. You'll find takoyaki stalls everywhere in Osaka.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And last, for something a little more upscale, there's Kaiseki Ryori in Kyoto. It's a traditional multi-course Japanese meal.
Now, this is like a culinary art form. It's this carefully prepared and presented sequence of small dishes, all highlighting seasonal ingredients and the chef's skill.
Yeah.
It's about the whole experience, the presentation, the tableware, the peaceful atmosphere. It's a chance to really appreciate the finer side of Japanese cuisine.
Okay, now let's talk about Japan's tech scene and futuristic cities. It has this reputation for being ahead of the curve when it comes to innovation. And Tokyo's Akihabara district really exemplifies that.
Akihabara, the electric town.
The source describes it as the center of electronics, gaming, and anime culture. It sounds like a sensory overload in the best way possible.
It is. It's a hub for all things electronics, manga, anime, video games, idol culture.
Yeah.
The streets are just packed with colorful signs, the sounds of arcade games, excited fans. It's a fascinating look at a really specific and influential side of modern Japanese pop culture.
Then there's the Shinkansen and the bullet train. It's famous for being super fast and comfortable.
The Shinkansen is a marvel of engineering. It's not just about speed, it's about the smooth ride, the fact that they're almost always on time. The whole system is incredibly efficient.
I've heard stories about how if the train is even a minute late, they apologize profusely.
It's true. It's really a testament to Japan's dedication to, technological excellence.
We also have Odaiba in Tokyo, a high-tech entertainment hub. It has places like the Team Lab Borderless Digital Museum, which sounds like a completely immersive and interactive art experience.
It is. TeamLab Borderless is a great example of how art and technology can come together. You've got this world of interconnected digital installations that react to you. They change all the time. It blurs the lines between you and the artwork. It's a really unique and trippy experience.
That sounds incredible. And then there are the robot restaurants and AI cafes.
Yeah.
It's not your everyday dining experience.
Definitely not. These places are more on the, novel and theatrical side, but they show how Japan embraces and incorporates technology in unexpected ways.
I mean, robots serving you coffee.
Exactly. Robot restaurants have these over-the-top shows with robots, while in an AI cafe, you might have robots taking your order, maybe even making your coffee. It's a fun and quirky way to experience technology in everyday life.
Okay, let's dive into some of the more unique experiences Japan offers, those special activities that really immerse you in the culture.
Sounds good.
First up is staying in a ryokan, those traditional Japanese inns.
Oh, ryokans.
They have tatami floors, futon beds. It feels like a much more authentic experience than a regular hotel.
It is. Staying in a ryokan is all about experiencing traditional Japanese hospitality and aesthetics.
Yeah.
You'll typically have sliding paper doors, tatami mats, comfy futons, and often you'll be served these beautiful multi-course meals featuring local and seasonal ingredients.
Really?
It's a chance to slow down, relax, and experience a different way of life. And a lot of ryokans also have their own onsen, the hot spring baths.
Speaking of, the next unique experience is enjoying an onsen. The source describes them as the perfect way to unwind and rejuvenate in natural hot springs. But are there, rules or etiquette around using an onsen?
Oh yeah, definitely. Onsen are a big part of Japanese culture, so there are some customs to be aware of.
Okay.
Generally, you bathe naked, but you wash yourself thoroughly before entering the bath.
Got it.
There are separate baths for men and women, and the water is believed to have healing properties because of the minerals. It's as much a social and relaxing experience as it is about getting clean.
Interesting. Another special event the source mentions is the cherry blossom season, also known as sakura.
It's a magical time.
April is supposed to be the best time to see it. What makes it so special?
Well, the cherry blossoms, they're so delicate and short-lived. Their beauty represents, the temporary nature of life. During this time, people gather in parks and along rivers for hanami. It means flower viewing.
Oh.
They have picnics under the blossoms, admire the scenery. It's a time of celebration for the whole country, and it's really breathtaking to witness.
I bet. And lastly, there's attending a sumo wrestling match.
Sumo?
This is a sport that's deeply ingrained in Japanese culture, right?
It's way more than just a sport. It's steeped in centuries of tradition and ritual.
Like what?
Well, there are all these ceremonies before the matches. The wrestlers have specific attire. There's a whole history and hierarchy within the sport.
Right.
It's all connected to Japanese heritage. Attending a match gives you this powerful and memorable glimpse into a very unique aspect of Japanese identity.
All right, so let's say someone's totally convinced and wants to visit Japan. Where should they start? The source provides a quick overview of some top cities and their highlights.
Right.
First up, of course, is Tokyo, the capital. It lists Shibuya Crossing, Shinjuku-gyoen National Garden, Tokyo Tower and Skytree, and the Ginza Shopping District.
Tokyo really captures all the sides of Japan, You have Shibuya Crossing, the iconic intersection that represents the city's energy. Then there's Shinjuku-gyoen, which is this peaceful escape from the busy city with its different garden styles.
So you get both extremes.
Yeah. And then you can go up Tokyo Tower or Skytree for panoramic views of the whole city. And Ginza is like the ultimate spot for luxury shopping and dining. Tokyo really has something for everyone.
Next is Kyoto, often called the cultural heart of Japan. It highlights Kiyomizu-dera Temple, Nijo Castle, and the Gion District.
Kyoto. It was the imperial capital for over 1,000 years.
Wow.
So it's just overflowing with historical and cultural treasures. You have Kiyomizu-dera Temple, which has this amazing wooden platform that offers stunning views of the city. Nijo Castle shows you how the Tokugawa shogunate lived. They were the military rulers for centuries.
Right.
And the Gion district is the geisha district, full of old world charm and traditional arts. Visiting Kyoto is like stepping back in time.
Sounds incredible. Then we have Osaka, which is known as the food capital.
Osaka, the nation's kitchen.
It recommends checking out Osaka Castle, Dotonbori, and Universal Studios Japan. What's the overall vibe of Osaka?
It's definitely more laid back and down to earth compared to Tokyo or Kyoto. And the food scene is legendary. Dotonbori is this explosion of sights and sounds with bright lights, street food everywhere, just a lively atmosphere. Then you have Osaka Castle, which is a major historical landmark. And Universal Studios is there for some modern fun. It's a friendly city with a great energy.
Next, we have Hiroshima, a city of peace and resilience.
Yeah.
The source specifically mentions the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park and Miyajima Island, with its iconic floating torii gate at Itsukushima Shrine.
Hiroshima has this profound historical weight. The Peace Memorial Park is a reminder of the atomic bomb, but it's also a symbol of hope for peace.
Right.
Miyajima Island, with that torii gate that seems to float on the water, is a place of natural beauty and spiritual significance. It's a peaceful contrast to the city's history.
And lastly, there's Hokkaido, described as a winter wonderland.
Ah, Hokkaido.
The highlights are Niseko ski resorts, the Blue Pond, and the Sapporo Snow Festival.
Hokkaido is Japan's northernmost main island, so it's a completely different experience. You have this vast wilderness and a much colder climate. Niseko is world famous for its amazing powder snow, so it's a prime skiing destination.
I can see why.
The Blue Pond is this natural wonder with surreal turquoise water. And then there's the Sapporo Snow Festival, which is incredible with all the ice sculptures. It's a great place for outdoor adventures and seeing Japan's winter landscapes.
All right, before we finish up, the source briefly mentions using flightandhotels.com to plan your trip.
Oh yeah, those kinds of platforms can be really useful.
It talks about how easy it is to compare flights, find hotel deals, all on a user-friendly platform.
What's great about them is that you can see all these options in one place. You can compare prices from different airlines, different hotels, which saves you time and maybe even money.
And having flights and hotels together definitely makes planning easier.
Absolutely. It takes care of the logistics so you can focus on the fun stuff, like, figuring out what you want to see and do once you get to Japan.
It even breaks down the steps. Visit the website, search for flights, compare and select, book your hotels, and then confirm and pay securely.
Easy peasy.
Lastly, the source gives a rundown of the best times to visit Japan, depending on the season and your interests. Spring, March to May, is all about the cherry blossoms and nice weather.
That's lovely.
Summer, June to August, is for beach trips and those lively summer festivals. Autumn, September to November, is when you get the stunning autumn foliage.
Beautiful.
And winter, December to February, is perfect for skiing and those incredible snow festivals.
So many options.
Exactly. Each season has its own unique atmosphere and things to do.
Right. If seeing the cherry blossoms is at the top of your list, then spring's the time to go. But if you're dreaming of beaches, then summer in Okinawa would be perfect.
And for those gorgeous autumn colors, you've got to go in the fall.
And for winter sports and snowy scenery, Hokkaido in winter is the place to be.
As we've seen today, Japan really does live up to its reputation as a captivating destination. Just like the source material said, it's this incredible blend of tradition, culture, technology, and natural beauty. You really get the sense that Japan offers something truly special for everyone, no matter what you're looking for, whether it's adventure in the mountains, a journey through history in Kyoto, relaxation in an onsen, or a culinary adventure in Osaka.
It's the sheer variety and richness of the experiences that makes Japan so appealing. It's a destination that has something for everyone.
It really gets you thinking, what about Japan piques your interest the most? What would you explore first? Maybe you'll find yourself planning your own deep dive into Japan sooner than you think.
Maybe.
Thanks for joining us today for a deep dive into all things Japan. We'll see you next time.
See you then.